Attorney Drew Fendling with us from Atlanta, Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano here with us on the right, and the PR consultant Fraser Seitel, president of the communications firm Emerald Partners. First of all, on this matter of where he is, George Zimmerman, my sources in Florida through the Florida Department of Law Enforcement say that that's not going to be an issue. Now, one thing we know is they can say whatever they want, the lawyers. They could say he is not in Florida, but he is in the United States, and that doesn't have to be true. It's possible that he is in Florida, but it's my understanding that there are no concerns among members of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement about his location, which means they know where he is. How do they know? Either they've been informed, they could be tracing his cell phone, any number of different ways, but the matter of where he is, I'm told, is not an issue. Then there's the matter of charges and a couple other things we're going to get into. Judge Napolitano, let's start with you. No murder one, we know that because you have to have a grand jury to get a murder one charge. Murder two, manslaughter. Murder two is you had a gun, you shot the gun, you intended to kill.
Correct.
Manslaughter is you had a gun, you shot the gun.
And you intended to shoot it.
Intended to shoot it.
You were reckless, you were indifferent, you didn't care about the outcome. Essentially, the government has to prove a different state of mind, and essentially the government would punish for a state of mind, because murder two, the punishment is life in prison. Manslaughter, the punishment is 15 years. In Florida, that's about 11 years. So it makes all the difference in the world what they charge him with. Some prosecutors will overcharge, that is, charge for more than they think they can really prove in the hopes that the jury would compromise. So, for example, the prosecutor may charge him with murder two, expecting a compromise at manslaughter. If the prosecutor charged him with manslaughter, there's no compromise. It would either be guilty or not guilty of manslaughter. Though there are some internal gradations of manslaughter, we would need to know more of the facts to find out if it could fit into any of those.
There's the possibility, Drew Fendling, of other charges as well. I would assume ag assault with a deadly weapon would be a possibility here, and others.
Yeah, absolutely. Those lesser included offenses are clearly going to be considered because, as the judge said, a prosecutor wants to present a laundry list so a jury has a menu to look at. So if there's a compromise, they can choose something from the menu that would at least give them a verdict and at least give them a sentence involving incarceration.
It's like a cafeteria plan, really. If you're in the cafeteria and there's chicken there and there's meatballs there and you want steak, but there's no steak on the menu, you can't have it. So they have to put everything on the menu so that the jury can then choose which of it they like.
Well, they do have some ethical obligations. They're not supposed to charge for a crime which they believe they cannot prove beyond a reasonable doubt. But we all know, Drew knows this as well as anybody, any criminal defense lawyer in the country, we all know that prosecutors regularly overcharge so as to expand that menu, so as to give the jury a maximum opportunity to compromise on some form of guilt.
Well,